For quarter two summer school for English 9, our course is designed into a novel study. The first thing I ask you to do is to select a book of choice and complete each icon. Then you submit your assignment after each day. For day one, you'll be completing a survey that gives me an insight to which book you would like to choose over the next 10 days that you can read in those 10 days. On that survey, I have also included two other books or resources that are easily accessible through Cherry Creek School's Overdrive. Additionally, I've given you one PDF book if you would like to download that book. It's also included in the 1B survey. You'll see an arrangement of different books that you can select and choose from as we go through this process. So you'll see on my screen I've detailed each day for you to follow that process. Submit an assignment, read, submit an assignment, read, submit an assignment. Make sure that you're reading before each assignment. So, day one, you're focusing on telling me which book you're going to read, and then you'll complete this assignment, which is the details. From your novel, identify details about both the setting and the plot. Day two, from your novel, identify the key words, phrases, and passages that create impact. Day three, you're identifying the pattern in the text structure that the author uses and explains how it contributes to the plot. Day four, you're identifying a rule, a social rule that your author follows as it contributes to the plot and the characters, and then you're explaining how that contributes. Day five, you're completing the multiple perspectives, identifying three different perspectives from within the text, and then proposing and supporting which character has the strongest personality and explaining why. Day six, you are reading your novel for to identify an ethical decision or an unethical decision that the character chooses to make. And then day seven, you're cataloging as well as responding to one of your questions that you identify through five different questions that you have unanswered. Answer one of those questions and then explain a probable, well supported answer to one of them. At the end of this quarter, you'll be asked to complete a book talk. That book talk explains and uses details, then persuades and supports someone to select the book that you read. Overall, I want to give you an idea of what this looks like. So this is that day 1A, choosing the book that you want to choose. You'll see that there are selections of books. Once you click on each item, once you click on each book cover, rather, you'll see a brief introduction for that book from Goodreads. Let me know which book you're going to read using this survey tool, and move on to the next task. The first task is set up the way that all of the tasks are set up. So I'm just going to use this one for an example. So first thing you'll do is you'll read your book for 25 minutes or more. Remember, it's going to take you 10 days to complete this task, or you have 10 days. So I would be sure that you're monitoring your book and how much you read. Monitor your pacing of your reading. So I'm just using this one for an example. So this one is details. You'll click on you'll click on that one. You'll be asked to make a copy. Go ahead and click make a copy. It may take a little bit of time for it to load. And then you'll see the assignment pull up. For this assignment, it's organized the way that all of the assignments are. So every single assignment, 1 through 7, are presented in this same format. You'll see the directions that are from the map or the choice board that we just went over before, right here. And remember, for details, you're looking for the who, what, where, when, why, and how. So uh, be sure to use proper nouns, the person's name, and the character's names, events. Everything is specific, and you're focusing on details. That's just a quick caveat for this one assignment. But just going back to the general overview, your assignments are organized in this manner. You have the directions. From there, you have more detailed directions. And then on the right-hand side, you also have graphic organizers that help you complete the assignment and do the writing portion of the assignment. So it meets the requirements that are expected. On the on this slide, you'll be completing on the left-hand side. You have to go through your text and find text support and include the author's name and the page number for the details that you are identifying. So in this case, we're looking for details. So the directions are write, type, or copy and paste the direct text that supports your response on the right-hand side of the slide. I made a mistake and it should be left-hand side, so I apologize for that. I did that for all of these. That's my mistake. Include the author and the page number for your support. And there's an example of that right there. And then use the template provided to help you organize your response to the prompt. So on the left-hand side, we have the text and the support. On the right-hand side, we have an answer to the prompt that's at the top of this slide in red. So your prompt is, what are the key details that the author uses to engage the reader at the beginning of the book? So this will be after you complete the beginning of the book. Please be mindful that every one of these assignments is organized in the same way. You're just completing a different type of response that's academic writing on the right hand side. There's always a prompt at the top in red. You're looking for text support with the author and the page number on the left. You're copying and pasting that, or you're typing it out so that it supports the answer that you provide to the prompt on the right. Sometimes you'll be explaining and describing, sometimes you'll be propositioning and supporting. Okay? As a whole overview for these assignments, go ahead and read the directions that are right here in brief. There's an icon that matches it, that matches the choice board. From there are the specific directions. Go ahead and follow these steps. I've mixed up the left-hand side and the right-hand side, so make sure you swap those two. And there's always a graphical organizer that goes along with every writing assignment. So again, to review, on the left-hand side, you're finding text support with the author and the page number. Be sure that you cite that accurately with the author's name and the page number in parentheses. And then on the right-hand side, explain and describe. That's where you write your answer to this prompt that's at the top.